Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. This
Whoa.
is episode 83 of the NgoVo Convo podcast, where two stupids make a right.
That's hype.
Yeah.
I mean, right.
Yeah. Hype.
You're right.
Yeah, I am right. Because I'm one of your hosts, Veronica Vo, and I'm joined by Harrison No. He's right over there, that way.
Over
As
here.
Gojo would be pointing that way. If you're new here, we both just want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from anime to comics. But we have a never-ending backlog that needs to be cleaned out.
Yep.
It's us cleaning it out.
Yep.
But also, some would say it's conversing. Like...
Oh, like NgoVo Convo?
No, well, yeah.
Us conversing? NgoVo
Yeah.
Convo? Last
Yeah.
names?
Yeah.
I got it.
And the logo's right above Harrison's head,
It is.
as usual. Per usual.
Per usual.
You can watch every episode on youtube.com or listen to it as a podcast by searching NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice. We're on all 10 platforms.
All 10. All 10
All
of them.
10.
Only 10.
And in this episode, we're going to be talking about Spy Family, Season 1, Part 2.
Don't you love it?
I love it, because these get really long sometimes. So if you haven't finished the series, Season 1, both parts, they're on Crunchyroll. It's on Crunchyroll. It's also on Hulu, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, there's only 25 episodes. Take a weekend, go finish it, or start it, whatever you want to do. But like this video, keep us on another tab. You know the drill.
No, Joe. Easy.
Yeah. But also, we are sponsored by Anchor, which we'll get into later. Much later.
Much later.
What we will also talk about is that we are dropping our main episodes on a different day.
I guess
now.
it's more like, so now, Mondays are
Yeah.
news dumpies.
Yeah,
Wednesdays are episode reviews, I guess.
like our main source of topic,
Yeah.
like our
Yeah.
main episodes, and then Fridays are just like manga-esque or like extra stuff.
If we have something
Yeah. DC may perhaps.
pop up.
We're trying to bump up everything.
Really just give us more time to watch stuff.
That too.
Catch
And
up
just
on our
spreading everything
backlog.
out. So,
Mhm.
yeah. So, part 2 aired October 1st of 2022 through December 24th of 2023. So, it's 13 episodes. There was like a summer break, I think, between part 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
It felt like that, yeah. So, I don't know. How do you feel? How did you feel before part 2 even started?
Oh, I was super excited because this is the show that no matter what, every week I would be like, man, I just want the next episode. Like, this is the one time I'm like, give me the Netflix format, please.
Drop every episode,
Drop
please.
everything. But, so, my expectations are super high. And
Okay.
overall, I think this show's great. I want to keep going. I've thought about reading it. And yeah, we'll talk about it more in our non-spoiler.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think this one was like I wouldn't say sleeper, but I think it's super popular.
It was a sleeper initially.
Yes,
and then but it picked up so fast.
Yeah. And like you wouldn't even think about it being serious because they play on like the humor and like Anya so much that when it started getting serious, you were literally like, oh shit.
But
like,
they have
gonna
like
happen.
serious, like they touch on serious like moments in the show.
Yeah, they
like with the
do.
war and everything. So it's like,
Yeah.
but it's in passing. And I'm like, oh.
It like slipped like two
Yeah.
like lines or like scenes or something. It was really crazy. I was like,
crazy.
wow.
Yeah.
And how I was so surprised that Anya did not bug me as much.
I will say
know.
there's another show that I'm watching that's currently airing. And it's what's it called? Buddy Daddies?
Oh, Buddy Daddies. Yeah.
The girl in that one annoys me so much.
Yeah, me
honestly.
too.
Well, this one's like Anya's like adorable in a sense.
She is so cute.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of Anya.
Oh.
I'm finally reading a physical book.
Oh, okay, nice.
Physical book.
Nice.
But my bookmark has Anya
Go closer
on
to the
it.
camera. I can't see what
Oh,
it
yeah.
says.
I don't know if you can read it. But it says no more reading. And it's like a magnet, so it's like that type of.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
On that page.
I'll link it's one of my favorite like anime shops. I'll link her stuff in a while. But yeah, I was like, I need to show my Anya stuff. Okay, well, before we get into the spoiler stuff, as always, we're going to take a quick break to talk about our sponsors. On today's episode, we are sponsored by Anchor. It is a free podcast hosting service that we actually use. We've been using Anchor since we've started the podcast. It's because there are creation tools that allow us to record and edit the podcast right from our phones and computers. A huge plus for us is that Anchor would distribute our podcast to all platforms such as Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and many more. It really is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one spot. Please download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, anchor.fm to get started. Wow, and we're back. Oh my goodness, that was
so
a quick
quick
break. Did you get a coffee break? Yep. Water break? Yep.
In your Stanley cup?
In my Stanley cup? Well,
Gojo cup?
My Gojo cup? Okay. Storyline wise, how'd you feel about part 2? Because it started off where it left off.
Yeah.
Initially. And then, they, as we've said earlier, it starts talking more about the war and like kind of like family dynamics of, Anya and everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious, like how as the season went through, like along, how did you feel about everything?
So let me just refresh really quick because I don't want to jump too far, but I think
we can start off with how Anya wants a pet.
That's what it was. Okay.
She wanted a pet. Yeah.
That's when so she wanted a pet and she wanted a dog, right? And they went to go find a dog. This is, I think, like they started off pretty serious in the sense that there's an organization on the side that they were trying to bomb an event because I forget which side's coming from where. I think the west is coming to the east or something like that. I think
it was the west to the east, yeah.
Yes. And the leader's coming in and they're like, oh, we're going to bomb all this stuff and cause chaos and make it seem like yeah. Anyway, so they used dogs to bomb, or they were planning on using trained dogs to bomb stuff. I'm like, dude, that's messed up.
It is.
That's super serious. And that's like that was like a mission that like Lloyd had to jump on for all this stuff. And the only reason why is even not the only, but it just happened. It's just always fun to see how events happen, like all because she wanted a dog. There also was this happening on the side, and then boom, they got a new dog, which was one of those dogs.
Yeah, and like she actually saved him.
Yeah,
like they saved each other, I think. And so I think it's so funny because all these when Spy Family has like an event and Lloyd is off on his own and Anya's just like so nosy and like she's like, I gotta help Papa, or like I gotta do something.
She knows what's going on.
Yeah,
she knows because she knows what's happening.
And I think it's just so funny that these events happen at the same time, just at like different spots, and then somehow, like by miracle or like by coincidence, they end up in the same areas, but they don't figure out that why or like that they're like Anya knows.
Yeah, like Lloyd is honestly also he's like this best detective, but he's also just as oblivious to like these little things. Yeah,
he is. And just the way Anya got Bond, that's their dog, was so funny because he was like seeing the future with the family, and he's like, oh, this is the girl, this is the one kid that's gonna save me. And then
he's probably experimented on too, just like her.
He was. Like his paws were like black, and then he's like a white fluffy dog.
Yeah,
it was so sad. But yeah, I think Bond had to like be tested and everything through like Lloyd's like agency just to make sure he was safe.
Yeah, I mean he was literally carrying a bomb around.
Yeah.
So. Yes. He was trained to do all that stuff. So it's like, ooh.
Yeah. And I think, oh my gosh, I think the whole getting up, like, we don't have kids yet, but I think the process of like getting a dog and training it and feeding it and walking it, you could see it throughout this season. Because I think this family was like, they were struggling with Bond for a bit.
Yeah. It was pretty bad.
Like, you have like a spy, an assassin, and like a child, and it's just like, how do we all like figure this out and like walk this dog? I think it's so cute. What do you think about Anya's, all of her like schooling and how stupid she is?
It's so funny just to see like how she deals with school stuff, because I think she is younger, I think, but not only just like slightly younger, but also like she's obviously not like up to par, like schooling wise, like knowledge wise and everything. So it's just so funny. And
ironically, even though she got into the school.
Ironically, yes.
Yeah.
But it's just fun to see how she interacts with like Becky and like Damien and all them, and trying to befriend Damien, because that's what the whole Operation Strix hinges on, that fact. No, it's just fun to see how how much misunderstanding happens, because they're kids
school too.
at school,
the kids,
with the kids. But it's just fun to see. Again, it's always fun to see how things play out. But I think this season, this part of the season, we got to see more of the students and like how they act, which is nice. It was nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Not saying
especially
like
Becky. I think Becky was kind of like a main point too.
They delve into Becky and Damien a lot more in this one, like giving some kind of like backstory or like some context of how they go about stuff. So,
Becky's so cute.
She's adorable.
Even though she has a huge crush on Lloyd.
Oh, the moment she saw Lloyd, she's like, "Oh, I'm in love." I was like,
is this love?
Gosh.
She's like,
"Is this love?
Do you need a mom?" And I was like,
Becky's like that girl. It's so funny.
She's that girl.
Yeah.
I think their friendship's really cute. I think Becky really needs someone.
That one episode.
Like
that one episode, they kind of show like
they went shopping.
They went shopping, and the her caretaker was like kind of saw like, oh, this is a good thing. Like, honestly.
Like, they were going to the mall together. They got matching keychains.
It's so adorable.
It's so cute. I don't know how. Okay, so as we were progressing through this season, I did not expect a love triangle of sorts, and like a love triangle in a sense where Lloyd is just oblivious.
Yes. Yes.
How do you feel about Fiona?
If she was in any other anime, she possibly could be best girl. She may be some people's best girl here, honestly.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, they just dropped another like person, because she's so funny, right? She's like this crazy awesome spy that people also misunderstand, that she probably just wants to beat and take over Lloyd and all this stuff, when in reality she loves him to death. It's so funny. It's like she's infatuated, and it's the best.
But it's low key.
But it's super low key.
Yeah.
Like, it's just fun to see how she's like, oh, I should have been the one to act like his father. I should have taken this role. Blah, 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 blah. Yours nothing. She's nothing to me.
She's like, I could have been the wife. I am the wife.
And then Anya would read that, and she's like, I like my mom.
She's like, I like mom.
I like yours.
I think Fiona is a good mixture for Lloyd, in a sense where, like, it's ironic because when he was training her, he always told her to like be emotionless, like don't show your feelings and whatever. But whenever Fiona was visiting, like, she could see that Lloyd was, putting his guard down with everyone there.
Yep.
Like, he was just happy to be there. So I think seeing Fiona be that infatuated and that obsessive, especially in their like side mission.
Yep.
That tennis match.
I will say that was probably like the best episode in my opinion, next to like your learning how to cook.
Yes.
Again, but like.
Yeah, and I think that tennis episodes, or I think episodes, right? I think it was 2 episodes.
It was 2.
2.5 or something. Yeah. The animation was crazy for that last match.
Yes.
It was so like out of pocket, because usually a tennis match, like a paired one, when it's like live action, it's not like that. And you get into like an anime version, and it's just like, oh, footing's off, or oh, these like rackets, they can just like fly around.
Well, yeah, and it was like also on top of that, this was like an underground like tennis match, tourney, and it's so funny because it's like anything goes while these guys are just nothing exactly is special. Like they just had normal equipment, all that, but they're like spies, right? So
they were just literally
acrobatics
normal.
Insane.
Yeah, and I mean, I knew they were gonna win this tournament.
Yeah.
Because it's just Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd was gonna, win it all.
I just like how they're called the phonies.
I know.
Like, huh. Interesting.
And they were just like really, I think they were really smart about it too.
Yeah.
About everything. But yeah, I think that was cool. Do you like love triangles?
Typically no, because it's like, to me, and this is just coming from like live action TV or like any other kind of long ongoing show, and I feel like it's like a subplot that they use to fill in. Sometimes it builds up the character, sometimes it like adds to the character. This one is okay, because I know like at the end of the day it probably doesn't hinge on it too much. It's just more comedic.
Yeah,
like the comedic love triangles maybe is okay, but I guess if it's like serious serious shows, I say serious in that it's not the whole focal point. It's not like a rom-com. It's not like, it's not meant to have that
it's
kind of
not
stuff.
meant to happen. Yeah,
like CW shows to me, or at least Arrowverse, was not always a love triangle, but it had a love subplot, which to me I just kind of grouped together, because the triangle is the hurdle that causes issues or causes strain within the team,
or like even each other, or
even So I'm not the biggest fan, because sometimes I feel like that dilutes the whole plot, and it just sometimes diverts the attention away, or just
especially away from the main characters.
And sometimes it is the filler plot, but sometimes it's you ship someone, right? So it's hard to say. To me, sometimes you ship these people, and, oh yes, I want to see more of these dates.
Yeah,
but I guess love triangles to me sometimes can be done well, but also most time it just feels like it's just trying to focus in or adding plot to that subplot.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But I think Fiona being added into the mix is good.
It's good because it kind of pushes for instance, to put again, it's all misunderstanding. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like not for the sake of drama, but for the sake of like character progression. I think that's
and like communication, because I think the 3 of them, they're not really good at communicating.
And like the things that I'm talking about, it's in the super gray area, because you could easily say character development can come from drama, which is true.
Yeah.
But I guess I just don't like the drama part. If there's too much if it's for the sake of drama, then
yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I think this all leads to like Damon and like his dad, and just kind of how if the war is gonna start.
Yeah.
And I think the most surprising thing that I didn't think would happen season 1 was how Lloyd was gonna get
to meet Damien's
dad.
I forget his name.
I forget his name too.
The one name we didn't look up.
One name. But it happened on the very last episode. And the last episode name was called First Contact. And I was just like, First Contact with who?
Donovan Desmond.
Yeah. And I was like, First Contact with who? What's going on?
Yeah, it was named First Contact. And you're like, oh, okay, First Contact, blah, blah, blah. Well, it kind of led into it in 24, where they're like, oh, the parents get to go to that one thing. But I actually didn't think he'd get to see him And he didn't get to see him in the sort of fashion we thought, like at the conference, right? Or in the ballroom or whatever the hell. He got to see him outside.
Like literally they met face to face outside, and the kids were like in the middle, just like looking around like back and forth. But I think it was like Lloyd is very smart when it comes to planning.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was not going to happen till season 2 because it was supposed to like be like a progression. Like Anya was supposed to help him basically.
Mm-hmm. But I think they did it well in that technically in a serious fashion, in a way, this was their final battle.
Yeah.
Because there was so much tension between the two, but even though nothing was happening, but you're like, ooh, this is the whole point, was for him to get close to this man.
And Desmond, like, he knows Lloyd is not.
Yes, he has an idea, and I also have an idea about Desmond. In that.
What is this idea? What is this theory?
So if you look at his head, it looks like he was operated on.
Oh yeah, he
has these scars, like stitching, the scars,
stitching, yeah.
And it's also on the top of his head, right? And some people have this. I saw this somewhere. I can't remember, but some of these guesses have been he's operated on the same place that Anya was at. There's a link to it. So then they're like, the way he responds and stuff, it's very
robotic. Yeah.
But you have to question if he knows, because it does seem like he knows what's up with Lloyd. But is that because he has just that intuition, or is it because he has like some kind of experimentation, like a power, like Anya?
Oh, who knows?
Who knows?
I wonder how dark do you think season 2 is gonna get?
I think it's gonna get pretty dark.
You think so?
You think
there's gonna be more backstory, more like?
They were probably they already low-key delved on it with the handler Yor. They don't really touch Yor on what she does as much. They just alluded that she's been doing her side gig or main gig. I don't know, whatever at this point.
Her assassin gig.
They haven't touched that at all. So I feel like season 2 they'll probably look at that more.
Yeah.
Because everything, like right now, it's all covered up by all these like funny moments, these like happy-go-lucky things, school and all that stuff. But all these things could just, for me, I don't know how far you read or if you caught up.
I think I've read at least season 2, I think.
Okay.
So I know what's going to happen in season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, I think they're introducing all these things and they like low-key drop these hints or like tidbits about characters just to like have it pop up again near the end of season 2.
Okay.
That's my guess right now.
I mean, I think season 2 is going to be fun.
But otherwise, yeah, I think it's always just going to be fun. Like, they do a good job with balancing that. So
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see Anya again.
I know.
Because in the fall, they're going to have a movie and the season 2.
Is the movie first?
I think so.
Okay.
I think the movie's first and then season 2.
Is it going to be in Crunchyroll or is it going to be in theaters?
I think, I don't know. I'm going to assume theater first and then Crunchyroll. But I can't tell with these anime movies anymore. Like if they're just going to release it online or just, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Guess we'll see.
We'll see. But before we go, do you have a favorite character that you will die for?
Yor.
You're like, Yor!
100%.
Yeah. I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna go with Lloyd.
But that's expected. Like, honestly, it's like every time we see them, like, my wife's like, God, they're both so attractive.
Yeah. Best girl is Anya.
Best girl is Anya, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Best girl is Anya.
But I mean, she's so memeable.
So memeable. I love all the gifs. I love all of them. It's so good.
They're so good. But yeah, do you have any other closing thoughts?
No. Overall, really fun. Always wanted to watch the next episode. I haven't had that feeling in a long time.
I know.
I want to see more.
I mean, you gotta wait till the fall.
I know. Pain.
But we have a backlog, remember?
Yeah,
Gotta get through that backlog.
Gotta get
Yeah.
through that.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook at NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button and notification bell to get updates for when we upload. And subscribe. It's a big red button below me. Below me. I'm pointing to the right direction.
Click it.
Click it.
Just to
Let us
make
know
sure
how-
it's the right button.
Yeah. Let us know how we're doing. What do you want to see next? What do you want us to review, read, play? I don't know.
All the things.
All the things. We got a lot of stuff going on. And if you see us on Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts,
Give us a shout.
just like us,
Say hi.
subscribe, say hi, all the things. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.